sponsors for today, and that is going to be Kara. Now, you guys have seen me talk about them quite a few times in my last couple of videos, and I still remain a very big fan. I find Kara to be really exciting as I feel like they're really involved in helping you find the best vitamins for you. You go on the website, you take a nice in-depth 5-minute quiz, and they will recommend a bunch of different supplements to you based off of what your current concerns and needs are. These are all doctor-backed recommendations, and you can retake the quiz at any time depending on where you're at in your life. These little individual packs are shipped straight to your door, and they're super easy to take with you when you're traveling, as you can just pack a couple of these in your toiletry bag. You can click on the link in my description box to take the quiz and then use my code JazzyASMR to get 50% off your first order. Thank you again to Kara for sponsoring today's video. Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. Today I thought it would be nice to do a soft-spoken ramble and catch up with you guys, as I haven't done one of these in a while, and I just sort of want to shoot the SHIT. I'm trying not to cuss anymore on here. I apologize if you hear any traffic outside. I do want to talk about that a little bit, so I guess we'll start there. As you guys know, in the past 2 years, I have not been as consistent posting on my ASMR channel, and there's numerous reasons, and we've talked about them at great lengths in previous videos. But personally, especially in this last year, we did move into a luxury building, which I had incredibly high hopes for as compared to my previous building, which was older and right next to a main road where there's a lot of traffic. I was on Beverly Boulevard, if you guys know that street in LA, right where the James Corden studio set is. And yeah, just very loud, and I had neighbors above me that typically you wouldn't be able to hear, but because the building was so old, it was really hard to record videos. You could hear walking, you could hear phone calls, their dog barking. I mean, it was really tough. And on top of that, I was falling in love for the first time, like really falling in love. So the combination of the two definitely allowed me to slack off, if you will, and the only time that I really found peace in uploading content was when I would go and record videos at a set that I would typically rent out for a couple of hours. But it got expensive. It made me less passionate. I felt stressed out. I felt less creative, and so obviously with that, the channel just took not a hiatus, but definitely just it became less prominent in my routine. And so Ryan and I are moving again. I've moved so many times. My best content was when I first started at my condo in North Hollywood, except for that annoying buzz that I had. But other than that, it was a very quiet neighborhood. Whereas at these last two places, I once again, genius, lived on I once again picked a unit that was facing an incredibly busy road, and basically there are cars driving nonstop unless it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but even then there are still cars driving, and there's just constant traffic, and a lot of people out here feel the need to rev their engines, rev their motorcycles, have obnoxiously loud vehicles, and it really took away from the fun of uploading on here, because it was just constantly taking pauses, like probably every 1 to 2 minutes. I was actually ending filming ASMR videos frustrated and like defeated, and Ryan would be like, what's wrong? You should be happy, you got a video done. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't enjoy myself at all, because I was so aware of just every car roaring by, and these mics are just so sensitive that it picks up everything. And yeah, whether you guys complained about it or not, it drove me insane because I don't want that. So anyway, we're moving. We found a place, and there's so many great things about this place, you guys, that the more I think about it, like at this point, there's truly no excuse for me to not be super consistent, because not only are we living in a much more quiet neighborhood, much more quiet, but it does also have a production studio that is soundproofed. It also has a movie theater room, and I've asked them, hey, I film these ASMR videos, would it be an option? They were like, of course. It's basically a space made for creatives. And so with that, we're not going to hear any more of these cars whooshing by, and it's going to be much more quiet, much more peaceful, and really setting me up in a place for success. It also has a photography room, which isn't soundproofed, but it's still in a quiet part of the building, and it has a green screen. So I know you guys used to love my standing set videos, but maybe we try green screen. Is that still a thing? I feel like I don't really see people do that much anymore. I feel like people are beginning to build out their own sets, which is really cool. I feel like Latte ASMR started that, and like Maria, but maybe that's a route that we can take. I don't know that I'll be able to do that in my space. It's just going to depend on what the echo is like. We're moving into a loft, which is so cool. But I'm really excited, and I've spent a lot of time thinking about it and feeling disappointed, and definitely feeling as though I've neglected this platform. I think that because I already have a successful other YouTube channel, which actually this channel performs way better than that one, but that is my main bread and butter, and like my Instagram and my TikTok. I kind of assume that my ASMR audience is the same as the audience over there, and I'm sure there is some overlap and crossover, but there's also a whole slew of you guys that just follow me on here for the tingles and the relaxation, and I'm sorry that I haven't shown up more, and I'm sorry for continuously saying sorry. I definitely want that to be a thing of the past. We move in a week, so the first week is probably going to be, the first 2 weeks realistically will probably be pandemonium, but I'm eager to get our home set up as quickly as possible so that I can jump back into action and just be in a place of complete and total inspiration. I just remembered I bought this, and I wonder what the lighting will be like if I put it on. Let's see. Turn this off. Oh, that's much nicer, I think. Let's see. Turn up the brightness. I can't tell if it's getting brighter, to be honest. Kind of hurts my eyes, so I'm not going to look at it straight on, but so that's what's happening in terms of content, and I'm really excited to get back. I know this channel has so much potential, just the way that we were able to grow it together when I was really consistent. I have so much fun doing this. It's such an amazing creative outlet for me, so I just don't want you guys to think that that's lost and that that's gone and forgotten. It is definitely not. I'm even thinking that I can start doing like live ASMRs, maybe on TikTok, maybe on YouTube. I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this place has been a major setback. As beautiful as this home is, I'm going to leave that in specifically so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's been a major setback, and I think there's a lot to look forward to. So an update on ASMR. I appreciate those of you that have been so kind and so patient. Nobody's ever actually gotten mad at me for not posting. It's really just been like, hey, we miss you, and we'd love to have new videos to watch instead of old ones, and hope you're good. So I find that to be really special, and I really do think I have a unique and kind and selfless audience on my ASMR platform. So thank you. I wanted to express and extend my gratitude. On a different note, I feel like I've really been open about my mental health on this channel. I'm pretty open about it in general, but ASMR tends to feel like a safer space, as I feel like a lot of people, and I think a lot of my viewers specifically, struggle with mental health. Maybe that's a poor assumption to make, but I feel like through my openness, a lot of you have been open. So when I say that, I mean it from like a place of love and gratitude for understanding. But I have been struggling a little bit again. I used to have mental OCD. I say used to because although I don't think it ever really goes away, it feels like a voice has been quieted. So even though I still get little intrusive thoughts, they're just gone the moment I have them, because I've learned so many coping mechanisms, and therapy has helped me tremendously, specifically OCD therapy. But it doesn't change the fact that I do still have major depressive disorder, and I think I actually kind of forgot that that was my diagnosis. I only remembered when I was getting my ESA document from my psychiatrist, and she's the one that prescribed me my antidepressants, and I've been seeing her on and off for years. And it said, Jazmine needs her pets because she relies on them emotionally with her major depressive disorder. And I was like, oh my gosh. I knew I had depression, but it felt like a intense re-diagnosis, if you will. But it makes sense. I have moments where I'm like ecstatic and like really quite happy, and nothing in the world can really tear me down. And then I have moments where I just want to lay in bed for like weeks on end, and I don't want to shower, I don't want to clean up, I don't want to step outside. It's really unhealthy, but again, thankfully I've had years of therapy and coaching to help me work through these emotions. And so I was starting to feel it again, and thankfully my boyfriend really encouraged me to get back into therapy. He's like, I feel like this could be really good for you, and you have to view it as an investment for yourself. And I always encourage therapy. I think in my case I've just done it so much, and there's so many providers out there, and it just feels like it's hard to reshare like all of your trauma with someone new, because maybe you've outgrown your therapist, or maybe they're not in practice anymore, or they don't have any space on their roster for new clients. There's just so many different things. Yeah, that was my neck. But I think in my case, I have gotten older, and I feel like I sort of know what I want and don't want in a therapist. All of this to say that I found somebody, I think. I spoke to 2 different therapists today, and I connected with one that is local to LA. There was another one in New York, but this therapist sounds like pretty amazing. She has a huge focus on like a holistic approach. She really encourages meditation and connecting to like your spirit guides and your spirit animals. And I loved it because she's like, look, I know this sounds a little bit juju, but there's actually been studies that show that it changes your neuroplasticity response in the brain. So whether we believe in it or not, feeling that sense of connection, the brain doesn't recognize that things are just imagination. It really assumes that we're in this environment. Again, this was a brief call, but I was like, this doesn't sound juju, this sounds incredible. So I start with her next Wednesday. So all in all, I'm 29 now. I'm in a healthy, loving, committed relationship. I am really working to actively become a better version of myself, as I feel like I haven't been not, but I've just been a little lax about it. And I'm moving, and I think that there's a lot to be excited for and to look forward to. And that's it. I just wanted to sit and have a really raw, soft, gentle spoken experience with you guys, and an update with you guys. Sorry, there's something in my eye here. But as always, I have so much gratitude for you guys. I feel like the moment I turn on the camera, I am here with you. I'm present. I feel like my camera is you guys sitting with me. There's definitely a sincere connection that I feel with you guys, and I'm just forever grateful. This will be the last video you guys will see in this space. I refuse. There have been so many cars that have driven by. I refuse to film anymore here. And let's just keep our fingers crossed that this next place is going to be excellent. However, I have no doubt that it will be. There's just too many ways to make it work. So thank you guys as always for hanging out. And if you're still awake, hi. And if you're asleep, good night. All right, I'll see you guys next time.